What's going on? It's your boy Butler, man. It's the best day of my life. Tomorrow is not promised, man. You might as well go ahead and do your little dance while they still playing your song. So now, man, this story right here is, it's gay, it's gay, it's gay. It's so gay. So it takes place at Alto. Hella gay. So, mind you, I'm from urban America. I'm from Atlanta. East side to be exact. And I am the M to a multi-cultured school, meaning that I'm cool with all types of people, like whites, Hispanics, Asians, Somalians. I'm able to, because I grew up in junior high and high school in that environment, interacting with different races is not weird, or wasn't weird to me at the time. And so I talked about how I went from Jackson to Hayes. Alto was not my first prison. Hayes State Prison was my first prison. And so there was some gay stuff, but it didn't even prepare me for what, I was about to walk into. So at Hayes, we had a guy by the name of cab driver who was reportedly gay. He had gotten into a fight with my homeboy, Sean. That's a whole nother conversation. But it was because he thought Sean was trying to push up on the Caucasian kid. Innocent looking fellow. I don't know what his crimes were, but he was running around befriending and gambling and borrowing money, which is a no-no. All right, so now I'm laying that foundation because while I am at Hayes, mind you, I'm up the hill at Hayes. I'm not down the hill. I'm on the fast track, meaning that the building is here. On the right side of the building is boot camp. I can see the boot camp people. All right, so now I am cool with some people that, especially people that I know from the county jail, the Cobb County jail. One of these guys is Asian. Well, I don't want to say Asian because at the time I knew what the actual name of his culture was, and I forgot it. And then there was this dark-skinned dude who, I can't think of what his name is right now. It's been a long time, but these are guys that I met at the Cobb County. We was at Jackson together, we was at Hayes, and now we was going to Alto together. The only difference is that, they had become laxed. I can't even say they become lax, bro. They were just doing their time. We had stayed at Hayes for at least like a year and some change or something like that. You know what I mean? So they weren't naive to what was going on, but it was conversations that was taking place from, things that was down the hill or old stories about people, but there was nothing current that was going on. It was not gladiator school. So then when we get to Alto, this how I know that it got different, because all of us in the same dorm, and we was in PMC. I want to say we was in 18, but the first time I realized that this was like San Francisco and the gayest part of Atlanta combined was when they started talking about, oh, everybody's going to the big yard. Now, the big yard is, okay, so you have individual yard. Well, you know what? The big yard is the big yard at the prison. I don't know no other way to explain it. It's the yard with the football field, the room to run, basketball courts, several of them, a baseball diamond, all this stuff. This is the big yard. The big yard is where the whole prison can come to if, everything is. So, I don't know, B unit come to the yard with C unit. I don't know if that was taking place, but I don't remember. But what I do know is that everybody was out there. Everybody was on the yard. And this was my first time being allowed to go to the yard. So now, while we're in the dorm, what I don't understand is my preparation is a tad bit different from other people's preparation. For example, I start hearing people say, hey man, the bitch is gonna be on the yard. Mind you, I just got the Alto and I ain't green, but it's just certain aspects of life that I had not been exposed to at this time. Like, you know, I could count on two hands the number of times I had heard a man referred to as being a bitch. But even then, there was some form of demonstration, but it wasn't documented in my mind as to I need to translate. So when I started seeing people, I'm like, shit, bro, I'm gonna go out here, I'm finna ball. So, but I see other people, they're getting ready to go to the yard like it's visitation or something. Like I see niggas brushing their hair. I see people putting on their stripes like in chain gang, you got your walk around stripes, and then you got your visitation stripes. Like these my clean stripes. These are the ones, when I say stripes, I'm talking about your uniform. And these guys were putting on their visitation clothes. And it's not dawning on me, But then I start seeing the guys that I'm cool with, and I hate to use the term, I could be cool with them in DeKalb County in the Hayes, but here it's like it's hard to explain because I'm not understanding that you lunch meat just yet, but we ain't kicking it like we did when we was at Hayes. Okay, so one of the guys, the way that his hair is cut, it's like it's in the bank. I'm gonna get to that part. So everybody's saying the bitch is gonna be on the yard. The bitch is gonna be on the yard. So there's a part of me, that is confused because we're not talking to a vet. We're not asking nobody. We all kind of figure this out. I go to vet. I'm like, bro, they say the bitch is gonna be on the yard. He said, what? I said, man, listen to him. They saying the bitch is gonna be on the yard. Then when I see dude over here, goddamn, getting his stuff together, I'm just like, man, hey man, bitch is gonna be on the yard. Hey, so we all hit the yard. When we hit the yard, all the dorms are coming in. So now, all the dorms are coming in. We're not the last dorm. So when I get in there, when I get inside the gate, I immediately start looking for the bitches. And so then I'm paying attention to the people who kept saying that the bitch is gonna be on the yard. So I'm like, where these niggas at? Because he put his visitation stripes on. I know he went there. And lo and behold, the bitches that he was talking about were men. They pee standing up. I seen one of them. I seen another one. I seen about 3 or 4, and then it was just almost like a little club scene. Like these folk just posted around, just tall, like, these the bitches? These the bitches that he talking about? So, in my mind, I was like, oh, hell no. No. I don't want to be on the yard. I don't want to be on this yard. I'm not afraid, but I don't want to be on this yard. So, as I am making my way back to the gate, they locked that motherfucker. The gate locked. So I'm stuck. Now, there's other things to trim around in. You can play ball, you can all this. So I go along my way. I find one of my homeboys from Decatur, and we just walking and talking, but I'm paying attention to shit. When I'm paying attention to stuff, I bring to the conversation the fact that, hey man, this is abnormal. And what he say to me is, yo, that bitch such got a fat ass. So I'm laughing, and I'm laughing along. Now, sometime later, mind you, we're in PMC. PMC, to some people, they said the acronym was Protect My Child. Because B Unit was, at that time, it was a little rougher than PMC, but PMC wasn't no chump off. And I seen niggas go from PMC and go to B Unit, turn up, come back from B Unit, and be on some weird stuff. Now, the two guys that I was cool with, the Asian guy who had the bang, and the dark-skinned dude, they end up, getting comfortable. And I'm not really paying attention to them, so weeks turn into months. And then at some point in time, I started picking up on the lingo. When they saying the bitch, I understand that they don't really mean a bitch. They really mean a man with some pants on with no pockets. So the two dudes that I came from Hayes with, I'm starting to hear about them, but I don't know that they talking about them because the names that they use is throwing me the fuck off. Now, mind you, this is in like the 90s and the early 2000s. What came into play was that they kept talking about these two new bitches, and their names was Pam and Gina. So I'm like, Pam and Gina? At the time, Martin was real big. So they done named the Asian boy Gina. And they done named the dark-skinned one Pam. And when I seen the transition, cause remember I said my man had the bangs. When I seen the one day, I was like, nigga, did he arch his eyebrows? I said, cause he looking, oh man, it looked different. He looked different in a way. We never had an individual conversation, and I started hearing more stories. And then I was like, oh, Pam and Gina turned the fuck up. Y'all just then came in here and just, it's off the chain. And there was a realization that exposed itself to me at that time. And it was that you ain't never seen no shit like this. You have never experienced anything like this. And you need to prepare yourself. You just need to prepare yourself. So, shit, I was all, in my mind, I was just like, don't never go out bad. Don't never go out bad. Don't put yourself in no situation. And do some push-ups. Do some push-ups and remain ugly. Remain ugly. And I want to say that strategy should work, but it was a dude at Alto called Player. Hey, man, it's documents online, like, where they ran up in Player looked like a real, no disrespect to he looked like, like the evolution of men when he come from monkey, from monkey to man, he like in the middle. And then his mindset was that too. I know he was mental health, man. Them folks rape Player, man. They raped him. If I had a picture of this man, it's a picture somewhere, bro. But I got more stories coming, man. I did not use nobody's name. I did use one name, but I didn't put him in no situation. So I've been having these stories in the cuff, but I just like, man, I know some of these people. Like, I know these people now. So I just didn't want to be, but hey, man, I'm not using no names, so it is what it is. Y'all get in the comment section, let me know what y'all think, man.